What's up guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of The King of the World. This is episode number 3, and if you don't know what this series is, then basically we start off in the Manor Marussia car and try and work our way up into the Mercedes by trying to beat all of the other cars on the grid. Currently we are in the Lotus after the first 2 episodes. If you haven't checked those out, then do go and do so now. But yeah, they were really enjoyable to do, and you guys seem to really enjoy it, so I'm going to continue the series, of course. And yeah, like I say, today we are going to be in the Lotus of Roman Grosjean. And one thing I'm going to start to do on these videos now is get you guys to comment something down below. Now, I got you to do this on yesterday's channel update video, and yeah, I just really enjoyed sort of seeing the comments. So the one thing I want you to comment down below today is what car you think we're going to finish off driving at the end of this episode. Of course, we are in the Lotus at the moment. So comment down below what car you think we're going to finish off in this episode, whether it be the Red Bull, maybe we're going to get better, maybe we're going to get worse and driving like the Manor by the end. So that would be interesting to hear down below. So pause the video now, go and comment, no cheating. Okay, done it? Cool. Right, let's get into the video. So for the first race in today's episode, we are going to be driving at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. So I'm really looking forward to that. Of course, my home track, and a track that I just really do enjoy driving. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into this this video. Obviously driving the Lotus, so we've got the Mercedes engine, which is always good when you need a straight line speed advantage. So yeah, you know, if we could hit 150 likes on today's video, that would be fantastic. So yeah, drop a like down below if you are enjoying this series. I do apologise for my sore throat. I mean, I can't really do a lot about it. But if my voice does sound a bit strange, then that will be why. Oh, actually, before I do get into the racing, I must mention one small change that I've made to the series that you guys have been commenting down below asking me to change. So basically in this series, if we get beaten by our teammate, then we cannot advance up the car ladder. So let's say we're on a Lotus today and we manage to beat a Red Bull, but we get beaten by Maldonado, then we can't move into that Red Bull. So yeah, we need to beat our teammate above everything else today. And yeah, now let's get into the race. Well, hey, it's dry. Thank God for that. We've had so many wet races so far. So it's good that we've finally got the sunshine here in Britain. So before we start actually racing today, I must mention that I'm using the controller for the first time in such a long time. And look, I thank God we're not Maldonado. He's starting 17th. We're 10th. Okay, so we've got Verstappen ahead of us. So we're going to have to try and finish above him. And I'm not sure who's behind us then. There must be... Oh, no, sorry, that's Maldonado. So luckily our teammate is a long way behind. I think I have a Silverstone setup. Yes, I do. And now let's get into the race. Now we've got 4 lights and 5 lights. And away we go for the first race in episode 3. And oh my God, wheelspin.com/hacks. And there's every single car's braking into turn 1. That's legit, considering it's flat and I take my eye off the screen for 1 second and notice that I've crashed into Verstappen. You guys can probably get used to crashing, you know, corner cutting, seeing as I'm now on a pad. And I'm really not that used to it. So, yeah, apologies if I do bring some awful driving in this episode especially. But anyway, going now down to Brooklands and Luffield. Oh my God, the understeer in this car is actually not even funny. Okay, so we've still got Verstappen ahead of us. So if it finishes like it is, then we're going to be driving in freaking Toro Rosso in the next episode. But I have every confidence that this Lotus can bring us some success and at least some track extending at this corner. Beautiful track extension. We don't even get a warning for it, so we're going to be track extending for days at this track. So as we come through Maggots and Beckett's, this requires some concentration. And yes, oh my God, we've got Button behind us. No, we cannot get overtaken by a McLaren Honda, please. I pray to the Lord, do not let that happen, please. Oh my God, Verstappen is trying to move on the Red Bull. That is audacious. So, oh my God, as we get so much understeer, I'm too busy watching that battle ahead because Verstappen is going for it on Kvyat. So, we could be ending up either in a Toro Rosso or a Red Bull in the next episode by the looks of it. Verstappen's going for it. You've got to give credit to him. But we've been sweating it out for basically a lap. And we seem to have closed the gap a little bit. But then when I started talking again, the gap seemed to expand. So I'm going to sweat it out for a little bit again. And hopefully we can overtake Verstappen. Yeah, so now we're in 10th still. So there's been literally no excitement apart from what I haven't been doing this episode. The most exciting thing about this race has been that battle ahead of me, which has been that I'm not actually concentrating on my own driving. So I think it looks like Verstappen's going to do it, as we've actually mugged that section. That is very, very good. So we're coming towards the end of the race now, and I'm losing my voice already, and we're only halfway through this episode. So they're having an absolute ding-dong ahead. Hopefully they take each other out. That would be seamed if I've ever seen it. And Verstappen, I think, has got it. So Hamilton's won by about 50 seconds ahead of us. And yeah, Verstappen's going to do it. We're going to be in the Toro Rosso for the next race. So as we come across the line, it's not looking good. At least we beat the McLaren Honda. Hashtag pray for McLaren Honda. Also down in the comments section. I'm sure I'll be seeing that. But anyway, we've managed to get 10th place as we've completed half of this episode now. So not too bad, but we're going to be driving the Toro Rosso in the next race. So we've failed basically, so that's not too good. But the Toro Rosso isn't actually too bad, although it is quite far down on the pace chart that I've got on the right hand side of the screen. Let's see what we can do in the next race, which is going to be in Russia. So that will be interesting to see. Let's see how we get on. Well, hey, no rain again. Yes, we've had an episode without rain, which is always good, because I've put a total of about 2 laps in around this circuit on the game. So yeah, that'd be a bit embarrassing if it was raining. Yeah. So anyway, second episode, of course, we're driving as Max Verstappen. Our teammates in 13th. We're in the top 10. So that's Ricciardo in 11th. So that would be interesting. So we've got Verstappen there in 9th. So we've got a pretty good chance, actually, of managing to get at least back up into the Lotus if we can have a half-decent race. Wow, already down into P11 after about 2 seconds. Nice Renault engine. And now they're going to brake so early into turn 1. From what I remember on this circuit, the AI just brakes so early, and we've nearly got turned into by Felipe Nasr. But somehow, we've managed to hold it for P9 and someone who's spun. So this is not looking too bad at the moment. And we're just going to... Are we going to dive over the inside of Grosjean? We didn't touch him. I swear we didn't touch him. We've got the position now up into P8. So this has been a fantastic start. And we look as if we've got a really nice setup for this track. The turning is fantastic. So, yeah, that's good to see. Hopefully we can try and maintain this, which is easier said than done, it has to be said. But if we can keep this up, we'd be in a Red Bull or a Lotus. So depending on whether we get like a Monza or something, in which case we'd want a Mercedes engine, then we go with the Lotus. Otherwise, we'd probably go with the Red Bull. But we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves because we've still got to try and beat those guys, as we're on this massive back straight, which we're just going to get capitalised on, I'm sure, by Roman Grosjean. I'm braking now, and oh dear, okay, we've managed to somehow get it turned in, and we are somehow still in P8. Wow, now straightlinespeed.com. Oh my god, we've been mugged. So, he hasn't even got DRS, so I dread to think what it'll be like come lap 3. Please brake a bit earlier, Grosjean. Or just please brake in a more inappropriate place. I probably should have said. But he's somehow managed to hold it round the outside. And now he's going very, very slowly. And thank you very much. Down the inside. Similar move to what we did last lap. Back up into P8. And the whole of that segment that I've just said is completely meaningless. Okay, so we're at the end of lap 2. And DRS will now be active on that back straight. But we didn't get mugged on it last time. Although I'm sure we'll be mugged on this pit straight by Grosjean. Or is he? I don't think he's... Oh, yes, he is close enough. Because we've got a Renault engine and he's got a Mercedes engine. And I bet he'll just park it. No, he doesn't park it that time as we track extend just beautifully. But I'm sure he'll brake really early for this next corner, so we'll be able to go up his inside, hopefully. Yes, we're gaining and gaining, and now we're just going to go up the inside. No, we don't manage to get the move done. Okay, so that's interesting. We're going to have to try and get that position back off Grosjean. Turn into here. Are we going to get the chance to overtake him? No, I think we're just too far back at the moment to make the move stick. Come on, we're so close. Come on, can we make a move into the final couple of corners? I don't think we can. We got a big snap of oversteer there. But we are so much quicker than him, and we tried to go for the move down the inside and then realised that it wasn't going to be possible. But we come around the final corner for P9. That was quite exhilarating, actually, in that race. So we're going to see who we beat, actually, on the timing screens. I think we managed to beat a Red Bull, so that'd be fantastic if we did. And I think also a Lotus, so that would really give us a good opportunity to sort of pick a good car. And now you can see on the timing screen, we beat Maldonado and Ricciardo, so that's fantastic. So we can pick either one of those two pretty much, realistically. So either Lotus or Red Bull I think I'm going to go for. If it's sort of a low downforce track, then we're definitely going to be going with the Lotus. But if it's a high downforce track, I think we'll go with the Red Bull. And you know what? We're going to pick the track for the first race of next episode so that we know what car we're going to be driving in. Okay, so we got China. We picked it at random, and obviously China's got 2 long straights, one of which is the longest on the calendar. So that means one thing, of course, we want a Mercedes engine, and we're going to go back to the Lotus. So, once again, this was a completely meaningless episode. You guys have wasted 10 or 15 minutes of your life because we're back in the Lotus for next episode. So, all of you guys who commented at the start of the video, if you put Lotus down in the section, then you were completely right because we've ended up back in the Lotus. So, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Like I say, if you enjoyed this series, then do make sure to leave a like. 150 likes and I'll release the next episode of the King of the World. But until next time, guys, take care, have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.